So as much as I say it's easy, I'll try like towards the end of Bundesliga, start to build up to the bigger routines. So I'll start slightly more basic and then move up and up and up and up until I've got kind of my full routine for next year, competing this year.
Right, fair enough. So you sort of start off easy, build it up. Is that to sort of get you confidence, or is it just so you're more used to competition?
To be honest, Bundesliga for me, if that's what like you're kind of asking, Bundesliga for me, I like it as it's a really big different experience. I think competing for a different club is obviously a bit different as well. But I think for me, knowing that it is just like it's a very, very, I say stressful, but unstressful environment. So I think it's just trying to get scores, just trying to help the team out. It gives a little bit of extra money as well here and there, which is always good for Gymnast because I know we don't get a lot of funding, if not anything really. But for me, it gives me another opportunity, which I like to take.
Yeah, it's probably a good outlook on it. I mean, I've been told to get on teams and stuff for it. I mean, I just haven't, honestly.
They're difficult, to be honest. For me, like, I got lucky with that James at our gym competed for a team, so we all have that link to that team. But I know obviously other people have different teams and it's difficult like that. But once you're in that team, you're kind of set for that team. I don't like to change around, so
fair enough. That's good. Yeah. Would you say it's different because in that team comp, you're doing a team comp, but you're also sort of competing one-on-one with the other team? Like you go up, then they go up. So how do you say that differs between like English and British, for example?
It's more fun, I think, for me. It's a lot of interesting tactics and things. So looking at it like specifically, it's completely different. I have a completely different output on how I compete, when I compete, what I need to do, how I need to do it. Because it's like English and British is very, very stressful for me anyway, because I know I need to perform. But with these, I like to go for a little bit of different way of gymnastics, in my opinion, really. So I'll go for like the most amount of sticks on floor and the best execution and things like that. Like just being able to enjoy my gymnastics, it makes it a lot more fun. The problem with Bundesliga, my personal opinion anyway, but is the fact that you don't know when you're going to go up on a piece. So I could go first, let's say our team's going first. I could go first, but then the other team won't know when they're going up. So like for another piece, they could go up first. If they do a really good routine, they might put me up to try and counteract the points and stuff like that. But if someone does a really bad routine, they could put me up and I could get max points, and it works out a very strategic game, which for me, I think is fun and enjoyable. But for other people, it's really, really strenuous.
I can understand how that would be. I mean, both ways, fun and stressful, because you, on the one hand, you're like, oh my God, I don't know when I'm going to compete. On the other hand, it's like, oh, when am I going to compete? Like,
yeah, literally.
You could look at it both ways.
It's so different, I think, for me, which makes it more interesting. I think if it was going to be like a televised thing, I think more people would watch Bundesliga than they would normal comps like English and British, only because it's quicker. You've got more interaction with the scores and things like that, and you see what points and things like that. So I think for me, if it was going to be like a televised thing, gymnastics as a whole, I think more people would watch Bundesliga than they would other competitions.